Hi everyone, my name is Rosemary, founder of TechAble Assistive Technology. Today I'm going to show how an individual can use a computer only through his or her eye movement. The company of Tobii Eye Tracker 5 has released the solution for the issues it had with Windows interaction feature. So with their updated software, the Windows eye control feature now works pretty well. So I'm going to show how the Windows eye control feature works with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Like I mentioned previously, Tobii Eye Tracker 5 only works on the Windows operating system. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is Tobii Eye Tracker 5. It's very slim and lightweight, and it is connected to a computer through USB connection. I placed this below the laptop monitor, and this is the main camera in the middle, and it has two cameras on the side. So these three cameras see the eye movements and control the mouse cursor. To use the Eye Tracker 5 to control a computer, you first need to turn on the Windows Eye Control feature. To turn on this feature, go to Start menu and then click Settings and click Ease of Access. And on the side menu, scroll down and click Eye Control. And then under Use Eye Control, click this button to turn it on, the eye control feature. So once I click that button, it brings up the launchpad with control icons. Let me close this. And the way it works is if I look at the button that I like to activate and just look at it for a specific time, then it will activate the button. So I'm gonna look at the pause button and it will show how it works. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate some of those buttons, but I'm not gonna go into very detail for each of the buttons. So if you'd like to know more about how each of this button works, then you can go to the link I included in the notes section. The link will take you to the Windows 10 Eye Control Basic. So it explains how to use each of this button. Okay, so I'm going to look at the pause button one more time to open up the eye control panel, the launchpad, and then I'll just use some of the buttons to show how they works. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the pause button, and then the first one is just, if I look at it, it will reposition the launchpad. So if you need to select something near this launchpad, then you can use this first button to reposition it. So it's not gonna be in your way. And then this one is just left click. And then the second one is right click. And then this one is called precision button, precise mouse. So I'm gonna show how it works. You can use this button to control the mouse with more precision. So once I click it, it's gonna remember that I just click this button and then I go to the icon or the target area that I like to use this button. And then I can use what's up here on the screen to precisely move the control, and I can do single click, double click, right click from there. So let me try it how it works. That's the double click button. So what I just did was I looked at the button, the precise mouse button, and then I moved my mouse to Microsoft Word icon, and then I used the double click to open the mouse, that Word icon. Now let me use single click, and then I'm gonna open up a blank document. And then I'm gonna open up the keyboard. Okay, so like you can see, the size of the keyboard is pretty big. It takes up a lot, like almost half of my screen, but it's the size is not adjustable. So that's kind of like limitation with this Windows eye control feature. So I think it'll be very nice if the size of a keyboard can be adjusted. So once you get more used to it, you can make it smaller so it doesn't take up so much space. So here, let me type, I'm using eye control mouse. Same thing. The way it works is I have to, if I look at each key on this on-screen keyboard and then just look at it for a specific time, then it will click or activate that button. So let me type, I'm using eye control mouse. Okay. Okay, so um, this is like third time I'm trying this. I'm not really used to using on-screen keyboard with eye control, but it's very precise, and I think it works pretty well. Once you get more used to it, you can just look at the button and then you will type the word into the document. So that's how it works. Let me just close this. And then the other button that it has is this one is text to speech button, which I'm not gonna go over, but this will just let you type words on the screen and have them read aloud. So if you want to use this as a communication, like simple communication device, then you can just type a word and then it can read what you type aloud. And this is the Windows start button, and the one that I like to show next is the launch calibration button. So that's this one. So let me look at it. And what it does is it will open up the eye tracker device calibration, and then you can calibrate it from here. So it shows my where my eyes are. And then to calibrate it, I just need to look at the dot until it explodes. Okay, and that's it. It's pretty simple. After it goes through that process, it calibrate and then it can detect my eye movement more precisely. And then this one is just few settings that I can change. So I can change the dwell time, which is the time that I need to look at each button to activate. And then, some other features, which so this is the place that I can adjust the dwell time. And then I'm gonna just look at the accept button. So now it closes everything. And I already used this pause button. So if I look at the pause button, it pauses the whole action until I look at it again to reactivate it. So if I need to watch something or I don't want my eye movement to accidentally select the button, I can just have it paused and then do other like read something on the screen, and then once I'm ready to use it, I can look at that pause button again to open up the control panel. Lastly, let me just use some of these buttons to open up the Google Chrome, and then I'm gonna just search up something and then probably scroll up and down just to show you how easy it is to control everything use eye movement. So double click and I open the window, and then I'm gonna reposition it so I can look at the whole window. And actually let me maximize this. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring up keyboard. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna single click here so I can type text in the box, and then I like to select the coronavirus from the list. So I'm gonna do left click, and then that clicks the coronavirus. So now it brings up all the articles and what it found from the website, and then load up on the screen. So let me scroll down to see what's on the bottom. So if I look at it, it scrolls down. If I look at the top one, it scrolls up, and then I can do left and right. That's how it works, by just looking at it, and then I can close it. And if I want to click anything on the screen, then I can just do the left click mouse button and then look at the link, and then it will click and activate the button. Okay, let me close this window. And that's how easy it is. The price of the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is $229, and the price is for the head control devices which have the comparable levels of precision to the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 are about $1,000. So if the features of the Windows eye control are improved, like the features for the more mouse clicks and also if the on-screen keyboard size can be adjusted and etc., then I'll probably introduce the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 before I show the head control devices, because I think it has great price and precision and functionality. And that's how I felt after I tried both the Eye Tracker 5 and also the head control device. Okay, that's all I have for today, and thank you for watching.